Have you ever heard the old joke? One guy asks, "How goes the rat race?" And the other guy says, "I think the rats are winning." Now, I don't think dentistry is supposed to be anything like a rat race, but it sure seems to be that way for a lot of dentists I talk to. They're running between rooms trying to keep up with a ridiculously busy schedule, and the cheese isn't even all that good. Those dentists are working too hard for too long for too little on roller skates. And when we come back, I want to tell you how to get out of this rat race once and for all. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching the Patient Attraction Podcast. I'm Colin Receiver, your host today. Now, I think it's safe to say that the U.S. economy has greatly recovered from the Great Recession. Numbers are up overall while unemployment is at record lows. And while this ongoing boom, more and more people are looking for dental care, seeking out care for their oral health. Now, that sounds great until you consider what the vast majority of these prospective patients want. They want the least amount of care at the lowest price. They want whatever their insurance will cover. And they want the lowest price because even despite recent small gains, wages have been pretty much flat for more than a decade. People are working, but they can't afford a lot of dental care because the cost of dental services has outgrown and outpaced their ability to pay. Crowds of low-value patients pretty much define that dental rat race with bad cheese. The dentists I talk to tell me that they're practically running from room to room to room. They're not just booked, they're overbooked. A lot of practices have extended their hours or even remained open an additional day to cope with this flood of patients. They're working too hard for too long, for ultimately too little. And this is just a lousy way to run a dental practice, unless you want to have no life. Dr. Scott Watterson from Michigan, he has a life. And he wants to focus more on that. He said, quote, "I've got 4 kids and a wife, and we're all busy. But sometimes being busy practicing dentistry is not what I want to be busy doing. I coach soccer. I'm involved with my kids' lives. I value my marriage. We spend a lot of time together, but not enough. And at the end of the day, the end of life, I want to be able to look back and say I spent the time I needed with those that mattered most. I feel SmartBox is going to make a big difference in my practice moving forward. And that's what my goal is." Now, does this sound like a pipe dream for you? If so, I understand. You're probably in that rat race right now and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And there's a really old saying that I love. When you're up to your butt in alligators, it's hard to remember that your original intention was to drain the swamp. So, we got rats and alligators and dentists who are half killing themselves for not enough in return. I say enough already. Let's pause and end this now. If you're looking for better patients and a steady stream of consistent new patient flow so you can focus on the dentistry, so that you can see better patients that have the ability and the willingness to pay, better patients that make up 30 or 40% of your market. There's not a shortage. Better patients that provide higher case values for you so you don't have to work nights and weekends, and that gives you time to have that work-life balance. And to get out of the dental rat race, here's what I suggest you do. Check out smartboxdentalmarketing.com and set up an initial call with us. In that initial 45-minute call, we can show you the results that will allow you to create your future. Imagine 3, 6, 9 months in the future, you are not working in the same paradigm that you are now. You're working less, you're making more, and you're enjoying, you're energized when you come into your practice. Your team and your staff are loving working for you again. This no obligation roadmap is going to give you all the recommendations for thriving on your terms. You don't have to let the rats win the race. In fact, you don't even have to race anymore. Here's what I say. Your practice, your life, it's all from your creation. You're creating the game that you play every day. You create the rules that govern the game that you play every day. Don't lose at your own game. keep moving forward.